everybody, and welcome to this video. Welcome to a pretty hefty, affordable book haul. Book haul. So I have a stack of, I feel like there's maybe 15 to 20 books here. Most of the books in this haul are all from Dollar Tree that I've picked up in the last couple of weeks. Now, I have talked about getting books from Dollar Tree many times before. Dollar Tree is doing its thing right now where I feel like every single time, for the most part, unless I go to a Dollar Tree that I know never has books, like if I go to one of my go-to Dollar Trees that typically always have the best stuff and the best books, they are stocked. And when I say stocked, multiple copies. So I'm not going into the store and seeing one. No, I'm seeing 3 to 4 copies. And sometimes you can't even get 3 to 4 copies of a book at Barnes unless it's like, you know, the big hitters. So this is a really good book haul. If you see anything in this video you like, go check out your Dollar Tree and see what they have. I feel like they must be getting like overstock from a lot of stores. I do see books in there from the Red Dot place, books from other places. So they are really getting in a ton of books, and just goes to show what I say. It's not old books that nobody wants to read. These are authors that are currently writing that are big, heavy hitters. So I'm going to go ahead and start. I'm going to try to do this in order. And when I get to a book that I didn't get in Barnes, I will point that out. So I'm actually going to start with 2 books that, or maybe 3, because I honestly can't remember where this third book came from. Oh, it did come from Dollar Tree. Okay, it did, and I know by the sticker. Okay, so the first 2 books are Frida McFadden's new book, Dear Debbie. I have the Barnes & Noble exclusive. It has special content. I went in there. It was up there. There wasn't a lot of stuff in the store at the beginning of February when I went, and I was like, let me just go ahead and get a Frida McFadden, because it doesn't hurt to have one on the list to just give you a quick little moment, you know? I will also say, if you have Marshalls, no, I wasn't in Marshalls, I was in Home Goods. I've seen people talk about finding books in like TJ Maxx and Marshalls. I don't usually see any except for kids' books, but I was in Home Goods, which is surprising that the Home Goods had the books. They had a lot of Frida McFadden books, and when I say a lot, I mean they had like 10 copies of a book, 5, 7, which again, for a not bookstore to have that many copies of a book is insane. And they had her most recent books. They had Dear Debbie. They didn't have this copy. They have the green one that's out in most stores. They had that copy. I think you can get that at Barnes too, but they had that copy. They had copies of the hardback, The Intruder. I don't know if it comes in softback, but they had the hardback, a stack. They had Crash, which is another one of her new books. I saw 1 copy of The Teacher, and then I saw a stack of one of the Housemates books. I couldn't figure out which one it was, because I didn't. Once I saw it with Housemates, I was like, oh, I got that. But I can't remember which one it was, because the cover on that book looked different than the covers I have, but I think it was the third. It was either the second or third, I feel like. But I got Dear Debbie. I don't know what any of these books are about. I read the backs of them, like when I was looking to see if I wanted to get them, but I can't remember. But I have this one. And the next one I got from Barnes is You Are Fatally Invited by Andy Pliego. So that's this one. Now, the next stack of books, Until I Tell You Different, did come from Dollar Tree. It Ends at Midnight by Harriet Tice. This actually has a quote by Alex Michaelides, and he wrote The Silent Patient. So when I saw that, I was like, okay, that's a big deal there. Even though we know the blurbs can be, you know, they could be lying, it could be their friend. But, you know, to see, when I see an author that I've read books by, I try to take it as it's going to be truth and it's going to give me something good. So the reason I know this was from Dollar Tree is because of the sticker. So if you're wondering, like, how do you tell the difference? Because all of the Dollar Tree books typically will have this on there. Maybe not the kids one, but definitely the adult ones. The next one is Blaze Me a Son by Christopher Carlson. This is a crime novel. And is this one, I don't think this one is, because my cousin always makes fun of me because she's like, you always bring me the book that's not the first one in the series. I'm like, girl, it's from from Dollar Tree. I bought you the second one. You could go buy the first one. But I think this might be a series. This might be a series, but I don't necessarily think it's like kind of like you have to read them in order because they're more that detective mystery. This one, Suddenly a Murderer, One of Us in the Manor with the Knife by Lauren Munoz. Violence has seeped into the dark hallways of Ashwood Manor, and now one of us is dead. I'm like, Seasick by Kristen Cast and Pin Tip Dunn. So this is a duo. Secrets Are Killer, and this is, a book by the Red Dot. That's what I'm telling y'all. And see, it has the store sticker, but it also has this. That's how, you kind of know. I'm telling you, books coming in from the stores. So don't go there first. Go look and see if you could get it at Dollar Tree if you want it. We Love to Entertain by Sarah Strommeyer. She also wrote Do I Know You? The home of their dreams could prove to be their worst nightmare. I don't know what it is about reading books about homes on a lake. Those thrillers usually be pretty good because you always feel like somebody's watching you. Another one from the Red Dot store, All the Rage, a D. Adam Foley thriller. The first girl came back. The second might not be so lucky. So I think this is also like a series about this particular person who, is it D.I. or D? Oh, that's supposed to be D.I. So I guess Detective Investigator. Yeah, so this is a series. The D.I. Foley series. But I'm pretty sure you can read them on their own. They might have some serial content, but it's more of a detective crime mystery. This is by Kara Hunter. And the other 4 books in that series are No Way Out, The Whole Truth, Hope to Die, and All the Rage. So those are the 4 in the series. And then she has another one, Murder in the Family by Kara Hunter. I feel like I've seen this one. I don't know. Have you guys seen that one? I feel like I've seen that one. I mean, I'm pretty sure I've seen it being in the bookstores in and out, but I feel like for some reason I saw it more recently. So, okay, now the next 2 are actually from Walmart, but they were in, and I have never noticed this in the Walmart that I typically go to, but the Walmart that my sister goes to, they had a $6.94 bin or something like that. I actually saw it yesterday because I was in the Walmart near her house, and she got me these 2. So these are Walmart finds, but still really affordable at $6.94. One is called Going Rogue, Rise and Shine 29 by Janet Evonich. We see Janet's book. She is like the David Baldassi, I think. The Harlan Coben's. They've been doing it for a while and they have a lot of books. So this is one that she got me. And the next one is The Recovery Agent, A New Adventure Begins. And this one is also like a detective kind of series. And on the back, Lee Child, who I've never read a book by, but she has a lot of books that I see. Tense, suspenseful, wild, funny, and wise. No one does it better than Evonich. So I'm really excited to read these 2 my sister got, and she had them wrapped so pretty because she knows I like to wrap things, even though you could tell they were books. I love that. The next stack, still at the Dollar Tree, The Island, a thriller, soon to be, a Hulu series. I didn't even notice that. Brilliant and Relentless. You'll Never Go on Vacation the Same Way Again by Adrienne McKenty. I kind of remember what this one's about. It's about this family. So this woman and this man has recently got married. He has kids. They go to an island, but like the people on the island trying to take them out. It was just supposed to be a family vacation. A terrible accident changed everything. You don't know what you're capable of until they come for your family. So really excited about that one. And then I do have a David Baldassi, still from Dollar Tree, Dreamtown. It's an Archer novel, so I'm guessing. I actually think that, I'm trying to remember if Archer was like the detective in the book that my friend got me, The Winner. But anyway, it's an Archer novel, so I guess that is the, detective or cop who, is solving this crime and solves others in his books. What I think is so funny, if you read a book by like the old school artists where they have like the old school photos on the back, I love it. I love it. This one here, The Babysitter, is it The Babysitter? No, it's just Babysitter. So Babysitter by Joyce Carol Oates. I actually saw this one a couple times and I read the back of it and I was like, I really, really want to get that one. But it was kind of like bent, which is why my cousin was up in in the Dollar Trees trying to organize stuff. I finally found a copy that was not bent. This one is like about a serial killer who and I think this is more like a story based off of like true crime, because basically it's about, in this one we'll have some triggering stuff, a child murderer in the like affluent suburbs of Detroit in the 1970s. So I'm really excited to read this one. I typically don't like the true like stuff based on the true stuff, because I'm like, wait, did this person get caught? Is this person still running around? Do I need to be scared? But this one sounded really good, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and read it. The next one is by Lisa Jackson. It's called Lost Souls. And I've actually read one book in full by Lisa Jackson. The other one I did stop reading because it had like the mama and the son getting it in. And I was like, absolutely not, hard stop. And I think that's the moment I was like, I will DNF a book. I will DNF a book because some things I don't need to read. And that was one of her books with like, I think it was Lisa Jackson. No, maybe it was Nancy Bush. Or maybe it was Lisa Jackson and Nancy Bush. I don't know. Either way, I'm gonna put on the screen who the author was. Because I don't want to talk about this lady if she didn't write the book. But I was like, I'm going to have to stop reading this one. But I have read another book by her and it was really good. Lisa Jackson, Lost Souls. This one is about... trying to remember. Oh, this one is about like some disappearance or multiple disappearances of different girls at this Catholic school. And basically fast forward, you know, I think the bodies of these girls started turning up and they're trying to figure out what actually happened. So that's what this one is about here. Now I'm going to go ahead and jump into, I'm trying to keep these in the order that I purchased them, so I can remember, but I'm going to jump on over to Barnes now, what I got from Barnes, and this is going to include a lot of the books I talked about in my video when I was talking about books that I am looking forward to getting, because I was able to get, I think 3 of them, but the first one is The Ex-Girlfriend Murder Club by Gloria Chow. So this one, I love it, H-U, Who Done It Mystery, 3 jilted lovers, 1 dead ex, let the investigation begin. I'm very excited about this one. Their ex-boyfriend, who basically did all of them wrong, who they were plotting to take out, gets taken out, but now they're like, oh shit, we didn't do it. So we need to figure out who did. So that's what that is about. Finders Keepers by Natalie Borelli. I can't remember what this one is about, but it had like a bookstore in it. And I was like, ooh, okay. Discover the crime. Oh, I know why. Okay. This lady was walking by a bookstore and she sees a book that basically talks about her past. And she's like, wait, this book is about me. And she's trying to figure out like, how did you find out? How do you know about this? So that's what this one is about. Run on Red is a thriller by Noelle W. Illy. She wrote As for Andrea. I really enjoyed that book. I will say I feel like all her books are kind of like the same size. They have that cool edge that I like. So I guess that's her thing. Don't Stop, Just Drive. So I picked this one up. It's about these women who were on a trip. They were driving and these people in this truck or car is basically road raging them. And it's like they're out here fighting for their life. So I was like, I really enjoyed her other books. So I was going to give that one a read. Now on to the books that I have on that list that were available. There were a couple that they just didn't have in stores. So I said I'd read on those since I already have 5. When I Kill You by B.A. Paris. This is one that I talked about in that video. I think it's not last week, but a couple weeks ago, like the books that I'm looking forward to reading. This is that book, so I grabbed it. How to Get Away with Murder by Rebecca Phillipson. This one is about, I think this is the one about, this one is about, it's actually based in like London, I believe, but basically, or Scotland, one of the two, but this serial killer wrote a book about how to get away with murder, basically, and murders have occurred, and they're trying to figure out, like, is this person using this as a blueprint, and can we use it to capture them? So that's what this one is about. And then The Secret Lives of Murderers' Wives by Elizabeth Arnott, which I thought I had. And I was always thinking the book was this book, but it wasn't even out, but I have it now. These women were married. These women were married to serial killers. And now that a serial killer is out, they're using their knowledge of what they experienced and went through to then capture a serial killer. And I think that's amazing. So those are my Barnes finds. This stack is so tall. And then we're going to hop back over to the Dollar Tree, When All the Girls Are Sleeping by Emily Arsenault. Now, this one does have like some haunting in it, but I don't think it's going to be anything crazy. It says a skillfully plotted mystery. Holly Jackson says that. Oh, she wrote A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I was like, that name sounds familiar. One girl is dead, the other is haunted. So a girl dies at this school, Wyndham Farnsworth Academy, and basically every January she shows up. And then on the anniversary of her death, the girl shows up like in January. A girl, Haley, who's there now, is experiencing or going through the 1-year death of her ex-best friend, and now all of these things are happening, and it's like, okay, what's going on? What happened? Dark Things I Adore by Katie Latari. Really can't remember what this one is about. I know it's a thriller, but this is another one. I have so many, so I'm not trying to go into deep detail. I just want to let you guys know what I found. And once again, I'm back at Dollar Tree. The Interpreter by Brooke Robbins. This lady is an interpreter. Being an interpreter is such a... when you got an interpreter, you got to trust them. She's basically an interpreter, and she misinterprets what someone says, puts them in jail because she knows they're guilty. But it's years later, she thinks she's gotten away with it, and it's like, no, someone knows what you did. So the person actually did the crime, but she basically lied about the interpreting like their alibi. Crazy. The Engagement Party, the guest list is Real Killer by Darby Kane. She wrote Pretty Little Wife. I don't know what that one is, but and then There Were None meets I Know What You Did Last Summer. Okay. And number one, oh, so there must be a book called And Then There Was None meets I Know What You Did Last Summer. And number one, internationally best-selling author Darby Kane's latest gripping and twisting thriller. The ending will leave you gasping. Basically, all of these friends, during college, somebody's body is found in the river. 12 years later, fast forward, they're going to celebrate an engagement party. Somebody ends up dead in the trunk, and it's like, I know what you did, fess up. So that's, I didn't read that top part. I was like, wait, and they don't have the name in quotes. It is italicized, but it's kind of hard to read with the one word. But anyway, that one, so I think that's going to be good. And then Lisa Jackson, again, another one. I do find a lot of her books at the Dollar Tree, which I like, because it helps me try authors I hadn't tried before, which is why I like it, because if I didn't like the book, I paid $1 for it. If I like the book and I see more of her books in the Dollar Tree, I'm going to buy them, or I can go to Barnes and I'll buy them. So I really like that. Like that part of it. But this is Lisa Jackson, The Third Grave. Basically, there's this mansion in Savannah, not too far from here, Charleston's sister city. There is a storm, and then they find these 3 graves, but only 2 skeletons in the grave. There's this crime writer who's literally like, okay, I told my husband because my job is, such a contentious thing. I'm going to back off on the crime, investigating. But it's like, this case is pulling me to it. And then a cold case, bubbles up, and it's like, what happened? Who are these people? Where's the 3rd skeleton? Those are all the books that I got that are mysteries, thrillers, a little bit of horror. This last one is, I've seen this in Dollar Tree before. I was excited to see it again. To see this one again, is Reggie and Delilah's Year of Falling by Elise Bryant. I read her thriller or her mysteries, and I really love them. I think I already bought this for my sister, so if I did, I will be giving this to either my cousin Tisa or my little niece. I think this is more YA, so it'll work for my niece as well. But I think this is just so cute. Y'all know this ain't my thing, but if you've been interested in reading this, go get it. It's from the Red Dot store. That means it's available to you for $1.50. Alright guys, my name is Sarah Sho'Shanna. Thank you for watching this video. If you're new here, join the family. And for those of you who keep coming back, thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.